Hey guys, what's going on? I want to try making Jailhouse Blues. That is a Franken switch. It started out as just a way to use Gateron or Cherry MX Blues, you know, that you don't want anymore, just to be able to do something with them. I don't actually need the keyboard right now. And there are a couple ways to do this. I've been interested. I've known about these switches for a few years, and I've been vaguely interested in making them and getting some of the parts and making them myself for a while. But I just figured, like, what's the point? But then then I kind of forgot about it, and then now I just did that video that somewhat featured Gateron Blue. So I figured this would be a great time to try to make those switches, be a good topic for a video. So essentially, the way this works is there's a click jacket in here. I guess I'll just take it apart. And essentially the original mod was you just put like O-rings around the click jacket to prevent the click jacket from clicking, essentially. Oh, that did not work very well. What the fuck? My amazing switch opener? Are these switches too shitty to work with this fucking switch opener? Isn't this a Gateron switch opener? I mean, it's not. It's made by Drowza. But yeah, everyone's favorite company, Drowza. There we go. Okay, so today's just going to be proof of concept, just to see if I can even do it. And if I like them, I got a couple here I'll do. There are a few different variations of the mod, and of course lube, which I don't think I'm going to break out the lube or films today, but I did get more Crytox, if you recall from my lube stream. I ran out, but so you basically, this is the click jacket, this is the click mechanism. Let's see. There we go. And as you push the switch down, force builds up on the click jacket, and it, like, I don't know if it goes up or down, but it moves, and you know, it kind of breaks once you apply enough force to the key press, and that's what generates the click. Of course, it is made of plastic, so the click that it generates is plastic. But so the original mod was to put an O-ring here in between the top of the stem. Oops, sorry. I guess I'll just move this back down to normal level. There we go. So you normally put it, okay, I guess I do have to show you. You normally put it in that little gap there, the gap that I'm creating. You would put a O-ring. An O-ring is some specific size O-ring, like 1.5 millimeter or something. Works in there, or whatever the number is, I forget, 0005. Something like that. But since then, there has been these things have come and gone, and since come back. These are called J spacers. They're custom made, custom molded little plugs that essentially fit perfectly in there. I think these are supposed to be better than just using O-rings. So I believe you just put this like that, I guess. And now put the switch back together. Oh man, I hope it doesn't matter which direction. Oh boy, okay. And the J spacers, there we go. Yes, okay, now the click jacket is not able to move. So the J spacers were made by a specific company, I forget what, and I think that company is no longer in business, and so J spacers were once thought to be lost to the sands of time. But I found some company, whatever logo this bag is for. Oh man, was I out of focus that whole time? Dude, I actually did it perfectly. Fuck. I'm sorry if that was out of focus. I'm gonna do another one, so. Wow, I mean, that does silence the click. But so whatever this company is called, I honestly don't remember. You can see on the bag, if I put all the things to the bottom here, this was the hint I was talking about on my post. It says right here, J spacers. And if you know what J spacers are, then you would have known what the post was alluding to, or if you know, you could have just looked up what J spacers are. But I doubt anyone actually noticed that it said J spacers on the bag. And I did mention, you know, Jailhouse Blues being a thing in my previous video, but that was like an hour and a half. That was like a 90-minute video, so not everyone might have seen that part, which is fine. But so I was doing some research, and I think the J spacers was supposed to be the ideal method for making Jailhouse Blues. But the problem is that the mod can make the switches feel mushy. This does feel a little mushy. I mean, I'm gonna have to put it in the board. So let me take this back out. There we go. I think I just moved the camera. There. Let me adjust the exposure, as we always do. Okay. I guess we'll do the Z key out of respect to that guy who does the Z key tests. Shub, I think his name. There we go. All right. That's a seal click key. Oh, that is very mushy. That feels just like Topre. Holy shit. Dude, that feels exactly like Topre. It's really mushy. Oh my god. Wow. This is great. I'm having so much fun right now. Okay, I'm sorry. I've tried to train myself in the past not to laugh at my jokes like that, but that wasn't even really a joke. That was just a funny thing that happened. Okay, so this does feel mushy. So what happens? What you can do is you can put one of these balls in the switch hole, in the stem hole in the bottom housing, and that's supposed to cut down the mushiness. Wow, this is, if you want, wow, okay, forget about HHKB, just get some Get-Around Blues and get some J spacers. You can get these from these guys. These guys have, just look up J spacers. These were not expensive. Neither were these. So I got these on Amazon, I think, the balls. And Get-Around Blue are 24 cents, I believe, something like that, 21 cents. So if you want to know what Topre feels like, there you go. I just saved you like $300. Okay, so we'll do another one with the ball bearing mod. So these are 1.5 millimeter ball bearings, steel balls. You can find them pretty easily on Amazon. So they do say that you want to add a drop of lube to the ball bearing to make sure it doesn't come out. Oh, to make sure it doesn't come out. I don't know if I want to do that right now. I don't feel like doing lube. Okay, we're still in focus, right? All right, make sure. So, if the last one was out of focus, I apologize. You'll be able to see this one at least. Okay. So it pretty much feels like the Jailhouse without the ball pretty much felt like you know, a typical rubber dome. Keyboard just a little bit more solid. Jailhouse Blue is not a particularly stable switch, so there was a little bit of wobble, but there's a lot more just like compression. Everything's under a slight amount of tension, so it's a little less wobble than what you would normally feel. Okay, so that was the Jailhouse. Now let's get one of these balls. This is actually going to be probably pretty hard to get a single ball out of here. Ooh, I got one. No, that was two. Oh God. Oh God, no. Oh God, oh fuck. The balls are so small, dude. Alright, let me close up the bag so I don't... Okay, I'm gonna have to pick up the camera. They rolled underneath the leg of the tripod. Okay, let's get this one back in the bag. No! Oh, I missed. I missed the bag. Oh, fuck, dude, I'm gonna drop so many of these. Okay, here we go. I got it. There's just gonna be tiny steel balls all over my... Oh my God, this was a mistake. I can already tell this is a mistake. There we go. All right. So you want to put the ball in that hole in the center there. I don't know how. I honestly don't know how I'm gonna do that. Like, my hands are pretty big. You probably could barely see what I was doing with the J spacer anyways. Nope, that missed. Okay, I guess on the bright side you can just take it out if you don't get it. Oh, I got it. Okay, nice. All right, I'm not going to do any lube or anything on this. I'm just going to hope that the ball doesn't come loose. God, this would take so long to lube a full set of 60 switches. Why is it clicking? Oh, it's because the ball's moving around. God damn it, I do need to lube it. Fuck. But honestly, I don't know. I like the mushy feeling. I feel like, oh shit, it's kind of like, that's what makes it feel like Topre, which is the reason that I wanted to try these. Not because I, wanted to. I heard they were vaguely unique feeling, but a long time ago in one of JYMV's videos, he said that there is no known MX analog to Topre besides kind of Jailhouse Blues, is what he said. He didn't explain what Jailhouse Blues were, he just said that they're kind of like Topre. And I have kept that statement in the back of my mind for like 5 years. Whenever I saw that video, for like probably 2 or 3 years. So I got more Crytalks. Okay, well maybe this is I got this from Amazon, I think, and this says it's from Honk ID. But GPL 205 grade 0. That stands for General Purpose Lube or Lubricant level 205 grade 0. There's grade 1, 2. I think those are even thicker, according to a Gloss's video. All right. Oh, whatever. I could have just, there's a little notch here. You could have just done that. Oh well. Oh my God, it's fucking got lube on the outside. All right, I have some alcohol wipes. I'm gonna wipe the outside of that off. I don't want there to be lube on the outside of my lube, just the inside of my lube. So, I mean, I guess if I'm taking out the entire thing of lube, I might as well lube the full switch. But like I said, I'm not gonna do, this is just kind of a test video. I will, if I like these, which, you know, they're interesting. It'd be worth trying out for, you know, a full set of 27, I think. Wow, this is so... Oh my god. Ugh. Why, dude? Why did you have to do it like that? That's gross. Okay. It came with this new brush, which, of course, I have lube on my fingers right now. There we go. Okay. I will be saving that. This is actually a really nice brush. It's much thicker. I usually throw my brushes away when I'm done with them, but I think I will be saving this one. Oh wait, I gotta take the switch apart. Oh man. So that's a, so you can hear, yeah, the balls. So the ball is not the perfect size. It's like noticeably smaller than the hole. I kind of wish I got slightly bigger balls. But you can hear it moving around. So that's probably not great. So let's fix that. Alright, I guess I'll just start by lubing out the whole thing. Let's do the housing first. That's probably way too much. Lubed getter on blue, who would have thought? I'm not gonna film. I don't even have films. Fuck. Damn, alright. I gotta get films for the next video then. Because if I'm going to all this trouble, you know I'm filming. Despite the fact that the film is quite possibly the hardest part. Although I think that with this ball, now that we're incorporating the ball, I think that is the new hardest thing. Okay, I actually need to be very careful because if I get this in the wrong part of the switch, it's not going to come out now that there's lube. Can I get it to stick to the brush? Oh, I can, dude. Yes. Okay, there we go. I hope you could see that. Yeah, you should have been able to see that. Okay. I mean, the switch parts should have been in frame. I don't know if you can see the ball going into the hole, but I don't think the ball's going to move around now. Okay, so I don't have my tweezers or my stem holder. So I got to do all the parts, and I don't want to get lube on my mat. So I'm going to do the top. This one's probably going to be over-lubed. So I started this membership at this new gym the other day. I was going to Planet Fitness because it's cheap. And I will say, everything you hear about Planet Fitness, most of it's not true. I was very happy with my time at Planet Fitness. No hate, just the weights. They don't have very heavy weights. I maxed out their barbells, like they're fixed fixed weight barbells. They only go up to 60 pounds, and I maxed that. I maxed out on that literally like a year ago. So I've just been trying to do what I can with a 60-pound barbell, this whole time. But I got this thing in the mail. about this new gym that opened up. Instead of you're paying $9.99 or over $9.99 a month for your gym, your current gym, you can get a discount, and I was paying exactly $10 a month. 1 cent over. So I ended up switching. It's a nice gym. They got better equipment. They have this really sick alkaline water dispenser. It's like, you know, like to fill up your water bottle. Really sick. That's honestly like the best part. And then I went to the bathroom just like to wash my hands after I finished, and they have like an updated version of the Dyson Airblade hand dryer, one where you don't have to actually put your hands inside of a disgusting germ vat. You just put your hands right next to it, and it blows a shit ton of air all over your fucking hands. And you don't have to touch anything. You don't get COVID-19 that way. It's great. Excellent. I'm very happy with my new gym membership. Okay, I've actually never done this. This is gonna be, I guess I just lube here. Kind of wish I had longer fingernails right now. I wonder how long this is going to take. I wonder how long this will have taken by the time I'm done. Because when you do, you know, if you do the assembly line method, it is definitely faster. Oh wait, I think you don't want to put lube on the stem because, or on the pole, because you don't want it to stick to the ball. Okay, I think that's good. Ooh, that's pretty nice, actually. So this definitely has, like, so I think, I don't know what's causing the mushiness necessarily. Like, this is less mushy for sure. You can hear still a relatively, an actual, like, clack on the bottom out, you know, rather than just kind of a thud, mushy thud. I don't know, I guess it's just because the tension is being caused, the tension that's preventing the click bar from actuating, from the click bar from moving. Click bar is supposed to be able to move up and down, you know, or rather the switch moves up and down in the click jacket. The click jacket is like this. It's like this on the switch, on the stem. And the stem, as you push the key down, the stem goes through the click jacket until like the tactile bump, which would be like, I guess, like right here, clears the leaf, and then the whole thing, I don't know if it goes up or down, but the whole thing just, you know, kind of goes like that, and that causes causes the plasticky click sound. There's actually a pretty good video on J Spacers and also Jailhouse Blue mods, and just kind of, he goes into the history of Cherry MX Blue, and or the original Cherry clicky switch was Cherry MX White. I forget the name of the channel that uploaded it, but if you look up Jailhouse Blues on YouTube, there are only a couple of videos, and this is well, should be one of the only ones that shows up. He essentially said that he postulated that the goal of Cherry MX White was not to have a clicky switch, but to have hysteresis, which the click jacket also provides. It just so happens that as a result of the click jacket, it also, of the hysteresis jacket, you might even call it, that had a side effect of generating a plasticky click. And the original MX White switch was lubed to try to muffle the click sound. Hysteresis is honestly not worth getting into right now, but it's when your actuation point and your reset point are not the same. So It's basically, you press the switch down, actuates here. Or no, I think it actuates here, but then you keep pressing it down, you bottom out all the way, and then it resets here, as opposed to all the way back up here. So technically you don't have to lift your finger quite as far off the key. It's possible to, you know, maybe not even fully lift your finger off the key. That's supposed to help with speed typing. Cherry MX Blue were meant for typing. And I guess white, Cherry MX Blue and white were meant for typing originally. I mean, keyboards were meant for typing. Gaming keyboards weren't really a thing until I'm guessing the mid 2000s. Up until then, it was still like you use your keyboard for typing and that's it. But so with the J spacer being a squishy piece of plastic, you know, it's not rigid enough to fully make the click jacket completely, you know, because if you were to fully prevent movement on the click jacket altogether with like a solid piece of plastic, you would essentially just turn it into a tactile switch. It would just have legs, you know, tactile legs. But since the tactile legs are mushy because they're pressing up against the mushy J spacer, that kind of gives the switch a mushy feeling. And even the tactility, while it is pretty tactile, it's hard to describe it. It's like a mushy, almost like a very ever so slightly of like a sticky kind of a tactility. Not sticky, but it's like you can feel a little more drag, like, because the J spacer, it's not it has a lot of friction. It's like kind of a squishy, grippy material, like the type of material that's like, you know, that's like on a pen grip. It's like kind of a little squishy, a little grippy, you know. My hands have lube on them right now, so I probably have to throw that pen away. All right, let me. I don't want to touch that thing, man. Let me put all this lube stuff away, and then we will put the switch back into the board. And that'll be the video for today. I will come back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'll wash my hands before I close it. I'll come back next week to do a big, long video of I'll just do 27 of them. That's gonna take a long fucking time, but I'll do the full shebang. J spacers, ball bearing mod, Crytox 205 grade 0 GPL lube, and 105 on the Super Lube 105 on the springs, as well as filmed. So yeah, let me wash my hands and then we'll wrap this up. This is actually a lot of lube. So I mean, maybe it is not real Crytox, but it feels about right. I'm probably going to use that to do my stabs the next time I do stabs too. I've been using dielectric grease, but I think dielectric is too thick. It just comes out. I tried plugging the butt with a dielectric syringe, and it literally just comes out. So like that's why there's like just little splotches of lube all over the keyboard, or all over the spacebar section of my Q1, because the dielectric just keeps just like oozing out, just coming out, and like just a full solid like tube of dielectric will just come straight back out. So it's pretty annoying. Of course, if you want to use, the initial thought is to use dielectric because it's cheaper, but sometimes you just gotta get the good shit, man. But you know, I mean, to be fair, you do use a lot more lube doing stabs than you do just lubing switches. So, if you're the type of person that likes to lube a lot of switches, you're gonna go through a lot of fucking Crytox that, you know, you're gonna need to have like a lot of Crytox if you want to do switches and stabs. A lot, you know, but who likes to do stabs? Like, I could get liking switches, lubing switches maybe, but lubing stabs is the absolute worst thing ever, because you'll especially if they're screw mount stabs, because you have to take the whole keyboard apart, unscrew these screws, unscrew the daughter board, which is here, take all the switches off, take all the keycaps off, unscrew stabs from the back of the PCB, apply the lube, get lube everywhere, and then finally put it all back together just to realize that your stab still has rattle. I fucking hate that so much. All right. All right, get a feel for that sound. It's actually very quiet. I guess we'll just do the Z key only. So this is just J spacer. This is a J spacer, ball bearing mod, lube. That's it. No film yet. I don't think I have films. Oh my god. If I am to be honest, it doesn't really feel any different. Oh, I hope. Jeez, oh man, I really hope that the ball bearing and lube is just completely unnecessary. That'll make this so much. I think that'll actually be legitimately fun to film, just taking the switches apart, applying the J spacers. I honestly don't even know. I think this is the lube one. Okay. Z is hope. Actually, I forgot actually. Okay, I think this is just J spacer. This is J spacer, ball, and lube. Okay. The sound is better with the ball. Fuck. Well, okay. I have a lot of J spacers. And I have a lot of balls. I've got balls of steel. So I could do both. All right, that's gonna be the plan. Next week, I'll do just J spacers for 27. I'll use those for a while, get a feel for them, and then the following week I'll do another set, J spacers, ball bearing mod, Crytox 205 grade 0 on the housing and stem, not the legs. Super lube. I don't know if there are multiple types of super lubes, regular super lube on the springs, because these are not. I'm gonna have to lube the springs, but I'll bag lube them. That'll only take a minute. And films. Can't wait. It's gonna take so long. The feel is not much different, but sound is definitely better on the heavily modded one versus the easily modded one. So if you just if you have Jailhouse Blue and you just kind of want to fuck around and try a new switch out, actually I would highly recommend this. This was not very hard. The parts are not very hard to get. You get these from some fucking company. I think it's like the SwitchCaptain, maybe. I got this sticker actually. Where'd it go? They gave me a sticker. SwitchCaptain. I don't know if this is probably, and you know what? I'll put it in the description. I'd have to check my phone, which is being used to film. But all right, guys. I think that's gonna be it for today. Yeah, here's a. I'll put a Jailhouse Blue in here, a regular, just so you can feel, just so you know that feel when. Okay, so you start out with Jailhouse Blue. This is your life. You hear about the Jailhouse mod, you get some J spacers, or maybe you just get some O-rings. Then you have that. This is your life. And then you think, oh yeah, I'll try that ball bearing mod out. I'll get some Crytox lube, you know. This is your life. And finally, you just say, fuck it, spend $1.50 on Zeal clickies. And this is your life. So. It just literally feels like rubber dome, because it's like rubber. It's like, it feels like a really good rubber dome, which is what Topre feels like. So JYMV, that guy is a fucking genius. It's a shame that he's essentially stated that he hates keyboards. And he's not going to make any more keyboard videos because keyboards are gay, according to JY. He didn't say that last part. He just says that he's, you know, the hobby's dead for him. I don't think I've made this video yet. One of my planned videos is just kind of a general, like, you know, when is a hobby quote unquote dead? And is a hobby supposed to end? Should it end? Should you be sad about it? You know, I've gone through a couple of different hobbies over the years, and I still keep up with most of them. Keyboards are kind of starting to wane for me as well, but I don't think that's a bad thing, you know. I mean, you can't expect yourself to constantly be buying new expensive stuff every month, you know. It's just, maybe if you're really rich, but it's just not a sustainable, you know. Hobbies shouldn't be just about buying stuff. Hobbies should be about the experience, buying stuff as part of an experience. Buying stuff shouldn't just be the whole experience. So that's why I'm probably not going to buy any more expensive keyboards. I mentioned in my last video, I dropped my NK65. I think it still works, but you know, that thing's starting to really show its age, and it always has kind of sounded a bit plasticky for my preference. Some of the new plastic 65%, they are still made out of plastic, but they don't sound as plasticky. So, like the KBD 67. So you may be able to expect another budget 65 board coming through this channel in the next year or so, but for the time being, you know, before I end the video, let me check Makibo's status page, see if my GMK set's gonna ship at all. So, GMK Terra Drive, invoice paid, samples approved, Q2 2023. That is now. It is Q2 2023. If you want to see what GMK Terra Drive looks like, that's the numpad. The fuck? What is this? Let's do the base kit. I think it's a pretty good looking kick, but at this point, like, I legitimately don't care anymore. I legitimately look at this and think, like, yeah, okay, it's kind of cool. Not worth the fucking year-long wait that I've been subject to, but, you know, you have to click on this little box to agree. So, I mean, you could argue that it is my fault. I kind of wanted to get one of these desk mats, and now, in hindsight, that probably would have been a better backdrop for the videos as opposed to just this black one, but they're a little busy too. I think it's too late to buy these. I think they've already shipped. So, all right, that's all for today, fellas. Hope you guys enjoyed. You know, keyboard hobby, it's not dead. The keyboards as a concept, you know, I think MK is always going to be around, but for me, I'm not going to be buying too many more super expensive keyboard things. I'm still gonna, you know, I still like to do fun things like this though. This was actually, this is what keyboards used to be. There used to not be that good of selection of switches out, you know, like Boba U4T, Cream clickies. They used to not have stuff like this. You used to have to pretty much just try to do what you could with your Cherry MX Blues, you know. So this is actually very interesting. This is kind of like a piece of keyboard history that you don't really, you know, this is like, I would say this is even more obscure than Ergo Clears. So, all right, I'm going to stop rambling. It's been like 5 minutes longer than this video needs to be. yeah, let me know what you guys thought about these. If you think you might try these, it'd be very interesting. If you have Gateron Blues that you're not using, which if you have Gateron Blues, I can guarantee that you're not fucking using them. You know, if you wanted to spend a fun Saturday afternoon making some Jailhouse switches, I wouldn't discourage it. So, alright guys, that is it. Thanks again for watching. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. I'll be back in the near future to make more of these, to do more fun keyboard stuff. Alright, bye.